Hi everybody, Faye is on her way. Who's Faye? Well, Faye is a tropical storm. A tropical storm is a kind of a weather system that starts down in the southern Atlantic states for the United States, out in the ocean where there's warm, hot water. You guys know about the water cycle, so when warm water heats up, it evaporates up into the air, and that leaves kind of a gap. It leaves an area of low pressure down at the sea surface center. And other air can rush in. Then it heats up, rises up, and more can rush in. So you can end up with these big storm systems. And because of the way that air moves, whether it's going towards the poles or towards the equator, it causes these tropical cyclones to spin. So you've probably seen something like this. If you ever walked in when your parents were watching the Weather Channel during the summer, maybe in the fall, you might see something like this. This is kind of a model for a tropical cyclone. So the storms in the northern hemisphere move in a counterclockwise motion like this. And as they're moving north from the warm ocean waters down in the south towards us. So Faye is on her way, and she started forming down near Florida in the hot, moist, humid tropical waters, and then made landfall in New Jersey, where it was dumping lots of rain as of about an hour ago and lashing the shore with 50-mile-an-hour winds. It's moving towards us at about 14 miles an hour, but is expected to track inland a little bit. So it's going to go over western Massachusetts. This eye of the storm, the center, is going to go over western Massachusetts. So we'll feel some of the effects on the coast of Massachusetts, but we won't have any big problems. We'll get some rain, we'll get some wind, we might get some thunder and lightning storms, but not super powerful. A tropical storm is not as powerful as a hurricane. The winds are between 39 and 74 miles an hour. So I thought of this activity that you might want to do, and that is make a rain gauge. So what you do to make a rain gauge is you get a plastic bottle, try to find ones with a straight side, and I'm going to take the label off. It's a good idea to use the right tool for the job. I could use a knife. That would be a little bit dangerous. Scissors are a little safer for this. Sometimes a knife is the right tool for the job, and it is the safest. We'll see. We'll see next. I want to come down to where the section where there's no curve. See how there's a curve here and there's some curving there? I want to come down to a section where there's no curve, and I want to be able to puncture the bottle. This is where a knife might be safer. I want to keep my hands well out of the way. And I'm going to cut around that. Then I'm going to, because it's going to be windy, I don't want my rain gauge to fall over. I see my phone has gone tilted. But I want to fill it with some gravel, or maybe I can find something else such as this that fits perfectly inside it to create a flat bottom. The problem with the gravel is that some of the rain will be captured down between the gravel, and I won't be able to measure that as well. So it's nice to have a flat surface, but I'm going to call that good enough. Maybe I would go find more rocks to make it more of a flat surface. Then I'm going to invert this in here to make a funnel for the rain, and I've got to figure out how to measure it. I could either just take a ruler and put it at the top of the rocks and attach that with some masking tape. Let's try that. I like the bright color of that ruler, but let's see what else I could use. I have these two rulers. This one might be hard to see because it's translucent. It's not quite transparent, but it's translucent. Light comes through it. I could use that, or, ooh, I like this one. It has both centimeters, millimeters, and inches. And in science, we use centimeters when we are able to. So I'm going to do that. If you don't know how to read centimeters, you can use the inches. But I'm going to put, I'm going to attach it with the centimeter side and millimeter side exposed, because that's going to let me be able to make the most detailed and the most accurate observation. So when you're making an observation that is not using words but using numbers, it's called a quantitative observation. So I'm going to make a quantitative observation tomorrow when I wake up. I'm going to come see how much rain there was. This is my centimeter side, this is my millimeter side. And I could add, I could say 1 centimeter plus 2 millimeters makes 1.2 centimeters. So there I go. If you don't have a ruler that you feel okay keeping on there, you could use a ruler and make marks on a piece of paper and then attach that piece of paper to your rain gauge, or just keep it inside and measure it after the rain is in it. So that is pretty simple, and tomorrow I'll know how much it rained in Tropical Storm Faye. Things you might want to think about is other variations, just see what works. Maybe you make a couple. Maybe you make one with a square container and see if that works better, or whatever containers you have around. I was thinking about using this test tube, and I guess I'm curious, I don't know how far spread apart raindrops are. Would enough raindrops get in there to give me a good, accurate representation of how much rain fell tonight? I don't know. Maybe I'll make a few. Anyway, I'll straighten myself out here and wish you a happy stormy night. I hope you have a good movie or a game of cards, and that you stay cozy. All right, bye.